Go ahead.
Miss Hubble, please share the summary of your novel with the audience.
The Giver is set in a perfect community where there's no fear, sadness, or pain. When Jonas turns 12, he is selected to become the next receiver of memory that keeps all the memories before the time of him and the time of everyone else. He thinks that his community needs the memories, and so he leaves.
Thank you, Miss Hubble. You may deliver your position statement.
Sorry. The Giver should be banned because it poses the idea that are completely wrong and seems to be okay to a majority of people, such as pill popping, reckless murder and slaughtering of infants and the old, the disgrace to be a mother, and it also includes violent and sexually explicit scenes that make it seem like no one cares that the infants and the elderly are being carelessly slaughtered when they are of no more use. It also poses the idea, like I said before, that motherhood is a disgrace and is a bad thing, and is highly discouraged. It also shows that having no feeling and being the same are good.
Ms. Parisi, you may now deliver your position statement.
I don't think this book should be banned because this book has a really good quality. The vocab and description this author used is good quality for children to read. I also think the skill level is perfect for children like us. This book also has strong characters. I think all the characters in this book are role models, and they teach us how to act. This book also triggers thoughts in kids' minds. It helps us to determine what is right and wrong, and it helps us to actually think while we're reading this book, and it's not pointless. It also helps us be grateful, because looking forward, I don't think anyone would want to be living in a society with no color, no weather, no choices, and no freedom. It helps us to think, be grateful for what we're living in today. That's why I think this book should not be banned.
Thank you, Ms. Hubble. Your time is up.
Ms. Parisi.
Ms. Hubble, you have 1 minute for your rebuttal.
The Giver promotes the idea that suicide and lethal injections are okay. Would you want others reading this and thinking that these lethal injections are okay because in this book it makes it seem like nobody cares? I do agree with Ms. Parisi. It is a very good quality read. It is a very good quality book, but people our age should not be reading this. We have to be a lot more mature to be able to read content like this because it makes it seem like all of this is okay, like all of these things are okay. Do you think that violence is okay? Do you think that killing and slaughtering infants that are weak is okay? Do you think everybody should be treated the same?
Thank you, Ms. Hubble. Your time is up.
Ms. Parisi, you have now 1 minute for your rebuttal.
Although it might fight religion, that has the First Amendment right behind it. If you want to read this book, then you have the freedom to decide what you want to do. Even though this book has suicide, the author makes sure to display it in a way that is not harmful. I didn't take anything away from it that would affect me, and I didn't even notice that she committed suicide until my mom told me. Although this book has advanced thoughts, I think that we all experience things more advanced than this, since we're living in an age group that's very advanced. And although this book has killing, the author states that the people didn't know better, and they couldn't feel pain, and they didn't know what they were doing. It also, even though it might have sexual content, the author does not display it in a way that is harmful for us to hear. That's why I still think this book should not be banned.
Thank you, Ms. Parisi. Your time is up.
Ms. Hubble, you have an optional 30 seconds to conclude your thoughts.
Okay. Thank you. Don't you all feel that it's not okay for everybody to be the same? Wouldn't you feel that it would be bad if your color, feelings, weather, uniqueness of character and personality were all taken away from you? This book displays that is perfectly okay. And I would hate for people to just start to think that it kind of stuff is okay.
Thank you, Ms. Hubble. Your time is up.
Ms. Parisi, you have an optional 30 seconds to conclude your thoughts.
Even though these people are living in a society where they are all the same, I think that once again this shows us how to be grateful and to think that we all get the freedom to do what we want and act how we want and express ourselves in a way these people didn't get to. I also think that you said that it is advanced, but once again, I think that we all can handle this.
Thank you, Ms. Parisi. Your time is up.
Thank you, Ms. Hubble and Ms. Parisi, for participating.